Good morning, my dear students. We had completed with the lesson refraction of light. We have gone through the refraction theoretical portion about refraction. We have been discussing about the refraction through a glass slab, through a prism, and also total internal reflection that was discussed in the video. That was all theoretical. Now today in this video I will show you refraction taking place through a prism. And what is a prism? How does it look like? How does the ray bend through the prism? All this will be shown in this video. So please watch the video and try to understand how the incident ray bends when it passes through the prism. Start with prism. What is a prism? See, this is a prism. In my hand you can see a prism. What is it? What is the definition of a prism? A prism is made by three rectangular slabs placed at an angle to each other. So this is one rectangular slab, this is another rectangular slab, and third one is at the base. Okay, you can see here this is one rectangular surface, second rectangular surface, and the base, the third rectangular surface. This is a prism. They are placed at an angle to each other. Okay, now wherever two planes intersect, they form an edge. So this is an edge. Okay, the upper line, that is an edge. The angle between two surfaces is known as the angle of prism. So this angle is angle of prism. Okay, now the ray of light will pass through this surface and will emerge out from this surface. Okay, इधर से रे इंसिडेंट होगी और इधर से निकलकर बाहर आएगी. तो इन दोनों सरफेस को 1 and 2, this is known as refracting surfaces. Okay, so these two surfaces are known as refracting surface. In the book, when the diagram is drawn, you see only this part of the prism. So it appears like a triangle, and this line is the refracting line for you. You are drawing a refracted ray, incident ray here, and the emergent ray coming out from this side. Okay, but actually it is a three-dimensional figure. So this is refracted ray is not passing through this line, it is passing through this surface. Okay, this whole surface. Okay, it is going through this and it is emerging out from this surface. Okay, and the angle between these two planes is known as angle of prism. This is known as angle of prism. So here in the prism that I am holding, it is an equilateral prism. All the angles are 60 degree each. Okay, in some of the prism, one of the surface is grounded. Grounded का मतलब क्या होता है? Milky. तो उसको हम क्या मानते हैं? Base मानते हैं. So it is clear in that it is a base. Here in this case, all the surfaces are transparent. All these surfaces are transparent. So any one surface can be taken as a base. Okay. Now we will see the incident ray, the deviation of the incident ray, and where does the ray emerges out. So this part we will see in this experiment that I am going to show you. Okay, so watch carefully. I have placed a prism on the white sheet and have drawn a boundary of this prism. You can see here. Okay, now what will I do? I will make a ray incident over it. Now you see there is a laser torch that I am using. Okay, and I am making the ray incident over it. Okay, this is the ray that is incident over it. दिख रहा है आपको green dot? Now this ray that is incident over it, अगर यहाँ पर हम इसको रखेंगे ऐसे, तो ये कहाँ जा रही है? ये इस डायरेक्शन में जा रही है. ठीक है, दिस इज द डायरेक्शन in which it is going. Is it ray will go like this in this direction when it's in a straight line. Now see the change that will come place here. Here. Now you can see where it is emerging out. Okay, you can see. So this is this ray is coming out as the emergent ray. Okay, this ray that is here, it is coming out as the emergent ray. Is it clear? Now this is emergent ray, and the ray here that is incident, this ray is incident ray, and this is coming back in this direction. So you can see the ray that would have moved in a straight line, it moves back towards the base. This is the base. The ray is moving back towards the base. So what does a prism do? There are refraction taking place. This ray that you must be seeing, this is a reflected ray due to this surface. So we are not considering this ray. We are talking only about this refracted ray that has come out from the two surfaces. One, this is a first refracting surface. This is second refracting surface, and the ray emerges out from this. Okay. So finally the ray is obtained in this direction. Now this is how the refraction takes place in a prism. You can see here you can see the ray that has been refracted in this direction. So this is the ray that has emerged out after refraction from two surfaces. Now I am changing the angle of incidence. Now you can see angle of incidence. Then angle of deviation will keep on decreasing. You can see the ray will keep on, the emergent ray will keep on moving up. Okay. Is it clear? And see, so the angle of incidence will keep on changing. The emergent ray will also keep on deviating. Okay, so its angle will also keep on changing. This is how the refraction takes place in a prism. Next experiment that I am going to show you is the relationship between the refractive index, real depth and apparent depth. We had studied that when a ray of light moves out from a denser to rarer medium, it appears to be raised up. Or you must have seen this, you must have studied that when we are standing in a swimming pool, our feet appears to be shorter, or the floor of the swimming pool appears to be raised up, or a coin that is placed inside a beaker filled with water. When we look at this coin from above, we find that the coin appears to be raised up. So this experiment of real depth and apparent depth I am going to show you now. Please watch carefully how the ray bends when it passes from one denser medium, from rarer medium to denser medium, or from one optical medium to another optical medium. Okay. Now you can see that I am placing a laser torch perpendicular to the surface of water, and you find that at the bottom the ray is there. You can see a green light. The image is formed perfectly at the bottom. Now I am bending it from the normal slightly, and you see the change in the deviation or in the path of the light. Now see, where is it striking the surface? Where can you see it is striking the surface? As the angle changed, instead of from the bottom, it has raised up. It has been raised up. So see, what can you see? When a ray strikes normally to the surface like this, it passes undeviated, and the apparent depth and the real depth is the same. Now when it is striking obliquely at an angle, obliquely to the surface, the image which is at the bottom appears to be raised up. You can see that the ray that is traveling is appearing to be raised up. Now the brighter light is at the bottom, That should be the image. Now it is appearing to be raised up. See, okay, once again I am just tilting it. Now you see the deviation that is being produced out. How is it getting deviated? You can see at the surface, just at the edge where the two medium are separating, you can see the deviation. नीचे और ऊपर अलग अलग होंगी और ये रे कहाँ अपीयर हो रही है, कहाँ इट इज़ राइजिंग अप. ओके, सो वी सी दैट इंस्टेड यहाँ से कहाँ पे होनी चाहिए, ये यहाँ पर दिखाई दे रही है. You can see the deviation that is being produced out in the ray of light. Okay, now this is what is happening. This is internal TIR that is taking place. The ray is reflecting back into the same medium. So this phenomena is of total internal reflection that is taking place. This is another phenomena. The ray is total internal reflection that is taking place in a medium. Okay. You can see the ray of light is striking at the bottom in an empty glass. Now, if I fill this glass with water, and you can see that the brightest spot will rise up certainly little higher. Okay, now you see. Now, the same point, we are striking the ray at the same point, at the same angle from the vertical, from the normal, and you can see that the image is rising up. You can see the image here. So this is how the ray of light bends, and there is a shift in the height of the object in the denser medium. So this is real depth and this is the apparent depth. Now I am going to show the phenomena of total internal reflection taking place in an equilateral prism. So you know that in total internal reflection the ray should come back into the same medium. It should not emerge out from the opposite reflecting surface. Like what happens in a reflecting surface in a prism, the ray enters from one end, the incident ray enters from one reflecting surface and emerges out from the other reflecting surface. That is the opposite reflecting surface. But here you will find that when a ray strikes normally to a surface, at an angle of 90 degree, see here, when a ray strikes at an angle of 90 degree like this, so what will happen, it will pass undeviated. Okay, because angle of incidence 0. Now what is happening here, this angle is 60 degree, and it's striking here. We draw a normal here, so this angle is 30 degree. Now it is 30 degree, then what will happen, it is less than the critical angle. So this angle is 90, this is 30, this angle is 60. Now this angle of incidence at the second surface is greater than critical angle. So total internal reflection will take place. The ray will bend at an angle of 60 degree and will strike here and will pass out from this surface. Now check it out. The incident ray was moving from this surface. It should have emerged out from this surface, but it is coming out from the base, this surface. Okay, instead of moving out from this OA, it is moving out from AB. Okay, instead the ray should have emerged out from OA surface, it will emerge out from OB surface. So now this phenomena I am going to show. This phenomena of this bending by the ray is when the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, then this is known as total internal reflection. So this phenomena I am going to show you now. Okay. So this is an equilateral prism and I have drawn a ray perpendicular to this. Okay. So angle of this is incident ray. This ray is incident ray that will strike the surface, and you will see where it emerges out. Whether it emerges out along this surface, this OA or AB. So that you will check it out. Okay. So we will show you in dark. Now you can see this. I have made the laser ray striking at an angle of 90 degree to the surface, and it is coming out from this direction. Okay, you can see where it is coming out. So you can see the phenomena of total internal reflection taking place through a prism. It is coming out from, not from this opposite surface OA, it is coming out from AB, from down. So it has bent. This is the deviation that is taking place. This phenomena that is taking place is total internal reflection that is taking place at the surface OA. This is how TIR takes place. Okay, I hope this phenomenon is clear. It is very well clear in this diagram, by the ray diagram. Okay, my dear students, I have tried to show you the various experiments that are in the optics. Okay, refraction that you are normally doing in the lab with the help of pen, and you do not come to know how the bending of light takes place. So you mug up from the book. You are not able to, you are not actually visualizing how the light is bending. So I have tried to show all the experiments. Earlier I had already shown you the lateral displacement that was taking place through a glass slab. Today I have shown you the refraction through the prism. Then I have shown you the relationship between the refractive index, apparent depth, how does an object appears to be raised up when a ray of light travels from the denser to the rarer medium, and the last thing that I had shown you was the phenomena of total internal reflection that is taking place. So I hope it is clear to all of you. Thank you.